Hey everyone, Mike Esola here. This is my vlog. I teach high school PE to grades 9 through 12. The benefits of scaffolding to ELL and MLL students. Now, I give a lot of thought to this presentation. How do I apply some of the research and what I've learned to a physical education setting? For number one, the scaffolding approach improves language and content comprehension. Now, that's really important because the language of when I'm explaining something, it can definitely get discombobulated. So understanding the language, obviously important for whatever games or activities or just general instructions that we're doing. Comprehension, same thing. You have to be able to comprehend what I'm telling you so you can, go forth and do it out on the field. Builds confidence. A lot of students that are learning English as a second language, they may lack confidence. So I've definitely seen that out on the athletic fields as well. So hopefully the scaffolding approach improves confidence for these types of students. An increase in participation. Participation is huge in PE. Some people do it and some people do not do it. It's kind of a hit or miss. And with people that are learning English, that can definitely be a massive thing. They just may not feel comfortable entering into the game or activities. I've seen that time and time again over the years. So again, hopefully the scaffolding approach improves their confidence. Lastly, what I like most about this scaffolding approach is, the goal of providing support to a student and then gradually taking it away. I've definitely done this. Maybe I haven't been aware of the actual terms over the years, but I've definitely done this where you're working with the student, you're giving them individual attention, or maybe even a small segment, 5 or 6 kids that are really struggling with whatever game or activity we're doing. You give them all your attention while the rest of the class is doing something else, hopefully good. And then slowly over time, you kind of pull back and see if they're able to grasp, if we're doing kickball, if we're doing t-ball, grasp whatever it is that we're doing on their own. So I've definitely been implementing that over the years, but I'll be honest, I had not heard of the scaffolding approach until actually doing some research. So glad to see I'm implementing it, and this type of knowledge, now that I'm learning more about these terms, will definitely be on my mind. Second, we have the benefits of using a learner's native language. Now again, this is in a PE setting that I'm building this towards. Improves comprehension and confidence. We have the comprehension part again. You have to comprehend what I'm talking to you about, in order to go forth and do it on the field. Confidence, we talked about that before. Confidence is extremely important because, without the confidence, you're just not going to feel confident to get in there with a big group game, or even to get in there with a lot of times we segment off into a girls game and a boys game. So confidence is something that all students lack, a lot of students lack, and definitely English language learners. So fosters a sense of belonging. Often students in this position can feel isolated. I've seen it time and time again. Can be very difficult to reach them. A lot of times they're in their own world, and it may not always be easy to reach them. But again, hopefully through these approaches, those people get a chance to feel a little more a sense of belonging. Supports cognitive skills, thinking, learning, and problem solving. These are all things that you would need not only in a game, but also in kind of group and game activities where you're on a team. Problem solving together as a team. That also hits home that point of the sense of belonging if you're going to be on a team. So again, this is the benefits of using a native language learner in PE. Lastly, we have the best practices to implement when introducing academic vocab. Teach words that are student friendly. I've tried very hard to get my pitches to classes down because I realize they have attention deficit disorder. So I've tried very hard to just segment things down as simplistic as I can, and I'll definitely be in the future working with students who are in this position and trying to use words that are extremely simple. Not necessarily simple, but that really just hit home what I'm trying to get at, which is usually the rules to a game or how you do something. So teach words that are student friendly. Again, that's something that I've thought about a lot over the years, and now doing research on it, it's something that will definitely be a lot more on my mind. Provide plenty of practice opportunities. That's big in our classes. Practice, practice, practice. That's what I preach to the kids. The idea of practice makes perfect. I truly am a supporter of that. And, I always tell the students that I'm not necessarily grading them on 100% on their ability in the activity or game. I'm grading them on their effort level. So hopefully through practice, 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 that shows to me that they're willing to put themselves out there and give forth that effort, which equates to an A in PE. And lastly, use visuals. Visuals are important. I often use visuals from YouTube. If we're doing something like ultimate frisbee, which may not be well known by a lot of people, I'll definitely use some visuals, show them a game. Obviously, I can be the main visual myself, and that's always big. So a combination of handouts that I may give them, some YouTube, and myself, the coach, to demonstrate what it is that we are doing. So appreciate the time. Look forward to talking to you in the next vlog. Take care.